दुनिया से ये सुकून
Good evening. You've watched part 1 and 2 of Weaponizing Children. This is the final part where this brother has some of his story left to say, and we're going to sort of draw lessons from what we can learn as a society, as different communities, and most importantly, as different genders. So thank you for coming on again, brother. I'm going to address you as brother.
It's fine, bro.
Because of the balaclava. Just quickly, it's worth noting, I think my audience members have pointed out that, yes, this story is horrific and harrowing. Can you validate it? I have seen evidence. I've seen documents, official documents, that state and also reinforce the allegations of Islamic extremism, the insinuation of paedophilia, and also, on many occasions, that this hasn't got nothing to do with the child. It's a gripe between husband and wife, rather than the safeguarding or the safety of the child. So I think it's worth noting, and I've clarified that. Thank you for showing me those documents. I think it's important for the integrity of the show and also the integrity of yourself. So we left off you, and again, I apologize that you had to go through this, and I think you speak for many, many men that are going through extreme mental crises and, you know, crisis all around. And I've had many people reach out to me, and you've told me that many people have reached out to you for...
Yeah, more so in the last few days since the release of the first episode.
Right.
Man, I've been inundated with calls. Like people calling me, friends of friends calling me. And you know what? Respect to these people. A lot of these people are calling in to give gratitude that I've spoken out because they can relate to it and they're going through it, and other people they know are going through it. It's crazy, bro. It's just spiraling out of control.
What's remarkable, before we continue with your story, I've had 3 different people reach out to me. Firstly, I haven't actually passed this message on to you, congratulating you for being brave. But it seems that the narrative of the story, albeit very different people, right? It's all the same. Like the themes are the same. The weaponizing of the child, the heinous allegations. You're not the first, and you certainly won't be the last.
100%.
So it's obviously it's a crisis. You know, Corona was an endemic. I think this is an endemic as well. And I think, inshallah, we'll do our best to address this, not to single people out, but to educate. And through education, use that as a stimulant to change. So that's what this podcast is about. So without further ado, you left off saying that, you know, 50 Cent was a key feature without mocking it too much. 50 Cent, the father-in-law, and your partner's family were instrumental in your grief.
Yeah, very much so.
And I'll let you carry on.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I've told the bulk of the story, and you know, I just want to outline very clearly and respectfully that, you know, again, this is kind of in response to a lot of people that have contacted me over the last few days, the last couple of weeks. That this isn't really about me and my story. It's more about the message, right? Hence why I've got the balaclava on. This isn't about me attaining clout and want to be known. I like to stay under the radar, bro. That's just how I am, yeah? But again, this is about the message. And I want people to draw lessons from this, men and women alike, and families, to understand that this is complete craziness that's going on. And we need to draw this to a close. See what I'm saying? So that's really, really important, man. So again, so first episode and second episode, obviously we've set the tone. We've, you know, talked about kind of what's happened to give context to everything that's going on. What's most important in this whole matter now is the effects that this has on everyone, not just the child. The child, you know, is affected massively, which we've already touched upon.
We've established that,
But then it affects so many other people around as well. Like,
you mean relationships?
Relationships between, you know, parents who once called their son-in-law their own, and vice versa, and between siblings and so on and so forth. It breaks down so many relationships, you know, so many relationships. So, you know, I'll give you an example for, on this topic, for example.
Before you do, let me just give a shout out to my sponsors. Thank you very much to our main sponsor, Ahyan Estates. If you have any properties to rent, they're reliable, they're trustworthy. Reach out to them. They cover the entirety of London, so reach out to Ahyan Estates. Also, thank my second sponsor, RC Catering. If you're looking for a Mendy, if you're getting married soon, congratulations. They're very good. Delicious food. Reach out to them as well. No, sorry.
So like, you know, breakdown in relationships and all the things that escalate as a result of one person's wrongdoing. And this is something we need to realize as a community and a society, one person's wrong can burn so many homes, so many households. Do you see what I mean? So one person's selfishness and wrongdoing is harming so many people around them because people are acting on misinformation or lies and deceit and so on and so forth. So I'll give you an example. So obviously we've kind of set the tone of what's been happening, and obviously this is over a period of a long time now. So obviously, you know, without delving too much into my own personal life, there's been developments in my own personal life, right? So I've kind of moved forward with my life and so on and so forth. While all of this is going on, I'm obviously still trying to establish some level of justice with the mother of my child and her family, because at the end of the day, look, what they've done is wrong and they continue to do wrong. And I want them to right their wrongs. This is the end goal, right? I want them to right their wrongs and, you know, acknowledge that the wrong that they've done, right? Because the first step of fixing something is to acknowledge it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'll give you a little story. Yeah. So last year, this was last summer now.
2023.
Summer of 2023. Because again, you know, a lot of things going on in the background and I'm trying to move forward with this and trying to establish this and that one, etc. Last summer, 2023, I reached out to my brother-in-law. By my brother-in-law meaning the mother of my child, her sister's husband. Yeah?
So her sister's husband. Now.
Her sister's husband. Right. So he's also a son-in-law to the family in question, right? This is an individual who, you know, again, we were both married into the same family. I don't have any qualms against him. As far as I know, he doesn't have any qualms against me. I've got a decent relationship with him. Obviously, me moving away from that family, naturally, there's a distance between myself and that individual. So because I've got certain ambitions and goals to try to get through to the family, and obviously because of the legalities involved and so on and so forth, it's not advisable that I contact the family directly. Yeah, so you have to consider all sorts of things. So I've reached out to this guy now. Yeah, I've reached out to this guy, again, probably mid-30s, London boy, etc. I've reached out to him, kind of said, you know, again, I'm kind of paraphrasing, right? I've reached out to him, salam, bro, how you doing? Wa alaikum salam, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I wanted to speak to you about something. If you have some time, I'd like to see you.
So again, this is like you're exhausting, this is last resort now.
That's it, Joe. I'm trying to say, I'm just trying to establish some goodness in this whole matter and bring this matter to a close. So I've reached out to him, asking to see him, basically. So he's kind of swerved it a little bit in the sense that, nah, I don't really want to get involved. Yeah, don't really want to get involved. I'm busy. My mother's ill. I'm busy with that, etc., etc., etc. Some, again, forgive me for slight variations in the details because obviously it's been a while now. So you don't want to get involved, fine, bro. That's fine. You know, do your thing. I understand that. No problem. But then in and amongst these messages, he's now responded to me referencing, if you remember in the last episode, we talked about the whole saga that took place outside the house.
Right, yeah.
Yeah? Where 50 Cent's wife was sent to the door shop and all of that stuff happened, right? He's referenced that and he said to me, listen, mate, something to the effect of, listen, mate, all I'm going to say to you is keep it legal. Do you know what I'm saying? Keep it legal because my sons also go to this home. Yeah? So he's obviously brought his own family into it. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So again, I'll respond in something to the effect of, you say you don't want to get involved, yet you seem to have this information of something that took place. And furthermore, to be more specific, you've got a lot of misinformation. Yeah. So yeah, off the back of that, I've now sent him some advice, yeah, about fact checking and I said what I said. Again, I've got all of these messages you can verify.
Was it inflammatory?
No, nothing inflammatory. I mean, I've listened back to it a few times, but that was back then. Because in my head, I'm thinking, what is it that's caused the issue, right? So I've said some things, whatever, blah, 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 etc. Primarily in response to him saying he doesn't want to get involved. So my kind of position was, well, you say you don't want to get involved, but then you're citing an incident that took place, so you are kind of getting involved, number one. Number two, my daughter and her mother are constantly coming to your home, coming and going to your home. They got a relationship with you, yeah, or with your family. So again, you are kind of involved. You see, this is a thing that people have in society where they think that because I don't do something directly, I'm not involved. No, everyone's involved. When you see a wrong, it is incumbent upon you to do something about it. If you're not doing something about it, that not only makes you a coward, yeah, but you are involved. Simple as that. So I've said what I've said. Got on with my day. Later that evening, bro, yeah, he's now called me. Buzzing my line, yeah. I'm out with some friends in some cafe somewhere, yeah. I've gone outside, I've picked up the phone, he's gone berserk. effing and blinding, bro, who the hell are you to talk to me like this, effing and blinding, you know, science, again, I don't remember the full details, yeah, but he's gone ballistic, basically, yeah. He's clearly taken something I said completely out of context, yeah. Effing and blinding, saying all sorts of nasty things, yeah. Let's talk about your bitch, referring to my new partner and so on and so forth, whatnot.
Sure.
All of that.
Wow, he said that, yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
all of that. And then I forget other things that he's mentioned. You know, I don't really give a S about your own daughter, blah, 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 blah. He's brought in 101 things. He's lost his rag. All the things he's saying, bro, my blood's boiling now. Yeah, because obviously someone's called you and they're violating you down the phone right now, yeah? I'm telling him, bro, calm down. Calm down, chill out. Nah, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Cockney geezer, yeah? Nah, you said this, you said that, blah, blah, blah. Then he's accusing me of being mentally not right. Then he's accusing me of being problemed. He's just all sorts of stuff. He's accusing me of recording this conversation. Random stuff, bro. Like, I don't really understand where this has come from. Yeah, completely random stuff. Bro, my blood's boiling because he's coming out with some nasty things now, yeah? Don't want to get into the detail, but you can understand, yeah? I'm telling him, bro, calm down. Nah, I'm going to calm down. You know what? I'm going to come speak to your dad. Yeah, I'm going to come speak to your dad and I'm going to ask him, why is your son contacting me and talking to me like this? Yeah? I'm like, okay. Is this like some playground fight or something? Like, what's going on here exactly? Yeah? Anyway, he's violating. I'm telling him to calm down. To the point, I'm saying to him, bro, listen, if I've said anything wrong or if you've misconstrued anything I've said, then I humbly apologize. Yeah? Once you've calmed down, contact me and you can hold me to account. Nah, and all this inflammatory stuff, whatever, blah, 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 etc. Yeah? Fine. Hung up the phone, didn't think anything of it. Bro, the way we live life is busy, innit? Life is busy, we got 1,000,001 things to do. People's words are their words, bro. People's words don't do anything to you.
But it can.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Generally, bro, we don't smoke. We don't focus on small
Well,
fish.
they're insignificant, then you wouldn't.
They're insignificant.
But if they disrespect you, then disrespect needs to be,
Yeah,
punishment needs to be meted
but you
out.
kind of look at the bigger picture. You think
Absolutely,
whatever,
yeah.
and I'm giving the guy benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's had a bad day or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Sure.
This was on like a Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. Come now on a Sunday, bro. Yeah. So fast forward 2-3 days, whatever. Yeah.
So you haven't had any more contact with him since
No
that phone
contact.
call?
I've left it. The guy's not about it. The guy doesn't want to. His point was these people that you're complaining about. Yeah, they're good to me. So again, this is another lesson we could draw from this. We have this problem where someone's done the wrong against person A, but person B doesn't want to get involved, doesn't want to say anything because they're good to me. Do you see what I mean? That's like if we look at a geopolitical example, yeah, they're bombing the hell out of Gaza, but as long as I'm okay in Bangladesh, then I don't care. Bro, if you ask me, that's cowardly. That's majorly cowardly.
I agree.
But whatever, everyone's not built the same. Do you know what I'm saying? Each man to themselves, whatever, fine. Come now on a Sunday, I'm at a family function, yeah, in another part of North London. I'm at a function. I'm there doing my thing, late afternoon, my dad calls me, yeah, panicked. My dad calls me, where are you? I said, I'm in so-and-so place. He goes, I can hear the fear in his voice. I go, what's up? And in Bengali, he's telling me, come quickly. There's about 14, 15, 16 guys outside the house and they're roaming around outside the estate, outside the block. Bro, when I heard this, you can imagine what my instinctive reaction was at this point, yeah? So before he called me, I think he called up my younger brother. My younger brother is a lot more of a localized individual. He's always in the local area. So he's come down and whatever, these guys came down and whatever was going on, at this point, I don't know what's going on, yeah? Bearing in mind, at this point, I've not made any connection to what's happening there to what took place 3-4 days ago. So my father said to me, look, they've surrounded your little brother, come home quickly. So I'm thinking maybe my little brother got into an issue with some boys in the local area, whatever, fine. Bro, I've got in my car now and I'm driving home as fast as I can, yeah? Fuming. Obviously, again, like I said, I don't know what's going on at this point.
Your family's in danger.
Yeah, all I know is my family's in danger. I've heard fear in my dad's voice and my father is a lion, yeah? On this occasion, I've heard fear. My father's an old man now, bro. He's not the same man he used to be. He's in his 60s. You know what I'm saying? And this is my parents' home. My father's in his 60s. My mother is a cancer patient. Yeah, this is my parents' home. I don't even reside there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm obviously zipping home as fast as I possibly can. On the way there, I've called a couple of people, couple of my people, whatever, saying, listen, I don't know what's going on. My dad's called me, this and this is the situation, calm down. Yeah? Boom. I'm going, I've got, I'm going home, whatever, as fast as I can, like I said. I've got there now. I made 1-2 calls. They've called whoever they needed to call. Bro, we've got like a ton of people there now, yeah? Brothers have come down from Luton. The Akis have come. The Albanian brothers have come down. Flipping, shout out to Courtly. Luton brothers have come down. Bro, from West London, South London, bare people have come down now, yeah? I've got there now. I'm going to my brother, what's going on? What happened? Yeah? First thing I done, I went and checked on my dad. I could see the fear in my dad's face. Stressed out. This is a man in his 60s, bro, yeah? Stressed out. And I've not seen my dad like that ever in my life, yeah? I go to my brother, what happened? What happened was basically about 14 men came down from East London to my dad's house. Yeah, some of them ballied up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. My brothers attended the situation, so they've kind of surrounded the block, you know, kind of floating around, whatever. I don't know if they tried to get in the building or whatever. My dad's seen this, obviously, he's scared now, yeah? He's called my brother, my brother's come down. My brother was with one of his friends, yeah? Albanian brother, yeah? Shout out Albania, bro, yeah? So they've come down now. So my brother's like, listen, man, what's going on here? Bear man outside my gaff, like, what's the dealio? They go, oh, we're looking for so-and-so. Talking about me, yeah? So my brother goes, listen, that's my brother. What's the dealio? Like, why is there bear man here? Like, I don't get it. Nah, we want to speak to him. Why? Oh, he's been chatting bear, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So my brother said something to the effect of, listen, mate, like, whatever your issue with my brother is, come see my brother, make an appointment, come see him, come talk to him, innit? But you don't come to my house with bear man like this. Like, that's not on.
Were they told up?
I don't know. Whatever the case was, yeah? So, yeah. So, again, well, you know, one of the head guys there, he kind of said something to the effect of to my brother, like, listen, your brother's been chatting bear, da. Next time we come down, we ain't going to be talking. It's clear threat. Bro, when you hear stuff like this, you can imagine what your mental state is at this time, yeah? So I've obviously called my brother, yeah, like trying to get updates. He's told me a little bit about what's happened. I'm now fuming, bro, yeah? I'm not going home to sit down and talk right now.
How did your brother handle the situation? Because I'm presuming that...
No. My brother's a brave boy, man. He's a brave boy. Like, he's not someone that you can, he can push around.
By the time your friends from South London and North London and Luton came down...
So by the time we've got there now, so progressing on now, we've got there now, yeah?
Are they still there?
So they're there at that moment. When I've spoken to my brother, they're still there. Whatever's happening is happening, yeah? Right. Nothing physical's taking place, yeah? Sure. Obviously, as I've spoken to my brother, I've now put 2 and 2 together. Right. When he's told me what he's told me, I'm like, okay, cool. Clearly, it's that coward that's sent these guys, yeah? Fine. I'm fuming now, bro, yeah? I've got there, bear man I've got there now, yeah? Like I said, all these brothers from all these different areas, everyone's come down now. Everyone's fuming. People that I didn't even call, people that I called other people, just bear man just turned up, fine. By the time we've got there, these men are gone. They've gone, yeah? So obviously I got more details of my brother. Bro, I'm fuming. I'm fuming at this point. I'm fuming. I've seen red now, yeah? Alhamdulillah, bro, you know, we got to value our elders. So a couple of elders came down. They said, listen, you know, let's see what we can do from this situation, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So again, I'm cutting a long story short because I don't want to get too into it. One of my elders that was there, and I didn't even call him because, bro, these guys aren't little boys. Do you know what I'm saying? He got called from another guy. So he's come down. So cut a long story short, what he's done now, he's made contact with these guys that have come down. Again, not to get into too much detail, there's a bit of back and forth on the phone, and whatever needed to be discussed was discussed. Again, I'm going to the conclusion of this matter now. So the guy who my guy was in contact with, they spoke, had a couple of conversations, whatever, blah, 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 you know, and we came to the conclusion that they were sent there with complete misinformation, yeah? Et cetera, complete misinformation. Now, the point I'm trying to make, bro, is look at all of this stuff that's happened based on complete misinformation. Had we got there and they were still there, you can imagine what the scenario would have been there at that point.
Yeah.
You can imagine the scenario, yeah? No one's going there to talk, bro.
No.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
You can't talk. Someone tells...
Bro, I'm being completely serious with you. My father's an old man, my mother's a cancer patient, and you're turning up to my dad's house. Do you know what I'm saying? Even the scum of society, there's rules and etiquettes.
There is, yeah.
You don't go to someone's house.
You don't know.
Yeah? Anyway, in that conversation, it turned out that they didn't know this was my parents' house, number one.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't know it was my parents' house.
Sure.
Number two, they were filled with a lot of misinformation that referring to me. He said this, he done this, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So we've come down. So my guy, obviously, again, you know, like I said, he's not a little boy, bro. Yeah, he's spoken to them, whatever, etc., etc., etc. They're now saying, oh, you know what? No, we didn't come for beef. We kind of came just to advise the brother, just to talk to the
What,
brother.
with 15 people?
What, with 14 men? My brother said they looked like all grown men. These are grown men with probably wives and children, bro. Yeah. So let me get this right. 14 men from East London have driven all the way to North London to advise a brother. 14 men. Yeah. Some of them ballied up. And the craziest part is the guy who sent them, he wasn't even there himself. Well, what kind of a bad man is this, bro? What's happened to society? At least back in the day, bad mans were bad mans, innit? What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? So he's come down now, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He didn't attend, yeah? Anyway, like I said, again, look, I've got nothing against the boys that came down because they, again, like I said, came down on misinformation. And my guy that spoke to the main guy from that crew, from that group, my guy, I've not spoken to them, by the way, yeah? My guy said, look, you know what? He's a good guy. I've spoken to him. He's a reasonable guy. He's a respectable individual. It's just unfortunate they didn't do their fact checking, yeah? And they came here on misinformation. He's apologized. He admitted it was wrong. Life goes on. Fine. I'm still fuming, obviously, yeah? Because like I said, it's my dad, bro. Yeah? A couple of days went by. There's a lot of things going on in the background, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm being asked to just completely stay out of it because my state of mind at that time wasn't in a good place, bro. Let's put it that way, yeah? Bro, the guy who sent them, the brother-in-law that sent them, his uncle called up my father. Yeah, his uncle called up my father after a few days, apologized. Look, what he done was wrong, blah, 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 etc. So respect to the uncle. The uncle apologized. So the boys who came down, they've obviously acknowledged that it was wrong. The uncle of this individual, of this brother-in-law, he's apologized it's wrong. But the guy who sent them, to this day has not apologized. Yeah? I've not contacted him since, bro, because I don't think it's a good idea me contacting him. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, we're on recording here. I don't want to say too much. You know what I'm trying to say? But this is my dad we're talking about, bro. This is my dad. This is my parents we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We're Muslim, bro. We put our honor before everything. There isn't a day that passes, yeah, in our lives where we don't put this forehead down on the ground and pray to Allah that He takes us in an honorable manner. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, when it's a matter of importance, bro, we're ready to be buried 6 feet under. And if we are buried 6 feet under, shaheed, inshallah.
Inshallah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you, on the other hand, this individual, you done all of this. What did you prove? What did you achieve? Everyone can talk. You've referenced people that are close to me in my family in very derogatory manner. Come touch one of them, see what happens. Anyone can talk, anyone can bark. Come touch one of them and see what happens. See what I'm trying to say? This ain't about being a bad man, bro. This is what I always say. It's not about being a bad man. You see this stuff, it comes down to who's willing to make the most sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to make the sacrifice for my family. What did you achieve from this? Other than look like a complete coward, number one, yeah? You're a father of children. Your children are going to grow up one day and think, what? My father did this. You see what I'm trying to say? So whatever, anyway, like I said, to this day he hasn't apologized and whatever.
He still hasn't apologized.
He still hasn't
Hats
apologized.
off to you that, and I know you very well now. We've had many conversations. I think your forbearance and your resilience, better men than you and I would have taken direct action. So I respect you for not taking direct action.
I'll be honest with you. Like I said, this is last summer. To this day, there's brothers chasing me to find out who this individual is. Because it's not about me anymore. They've taken it as a major disrespect.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful.
We've
It's
come here.
dishonourable.
Who is this guy
We
that
don't do
thinks
that.
he's such a big man that he can send people to the next man's mum and dad's house?
We don't go to people's house,
We've got
regardless.
these Albanian brothers chasing me constantly. Bro, listen, tell us who he is. Yeah, like I said, the brothers from Kotli, Pakistan, they're there. The Bengali brothers from East came down. You know what I'm saying? The South London brothers came down. The Akis came down.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to find out who this guy is. To this day, for the greater good, for whatever reasons I have, I've not shared the name. I'm thinking, you know what?
But I think if I again, like I said, if this brother-in-law is watching, I think the least you can do. We all make mistakes, and I think it's quite dishonourable of what you did. But what's done is done now. The least you could do is go to his elderly father and beg for his forgiveness. Because if that was me and that happened to me, and I've done nothing, I'll have sleepless nights thinking about you and how to open you up. So.
I've thought about him, bro. I'll be honest with you, I've thought about him. I think about him a lot. Yeah? But again, don't want to say too much. It is what it is for now.
I mean, put the violence to aside. If his, people change and develop as they grow. He might be a scumbag one day, the next day he's a saint.
100%.
So if you've changed and you want to ask for forgiveness for people that you've oppressed, I think if you are watching, for your own sake, we're all going to die very soon, whether it's 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years if you're lucky. Go and ask his elderly father for forgiveness, because I think he doesn't care about the disrespect you did to him. That he can forgive, and I'll just tell him, listen, forget it, put your ego to the side. You've disrespected his elderly father. And if we're from the same community, it's huge. I mean, I don't know where you got this policy from that you turn up to a person's door without actually going through the appropriate channels. We don't do that in our culture.
You don't turn up. You stay at home.
No,
you send other people.
Yeah. On misinformation. Say, for instance...
On misinformation. Sorry, the point I'm trying to make. On information that is clearly shared with him by the people in his household. Bro, you need to check your facts.
But also another thing, right? I mean, who hasn't got numbers? Whatever it may be. Friends, family, hired hitmen, whatever it may be, right? But if you send someone to do a job for you, right, on misinformation... For argument's sake, let's hypothetically say that those boys are still there, 14, half bellied up and half went. Your brother's there, and he's holding the fort. They haven't touched him yet, right? They're not really on it like that, are they? There's two of them, did you say? Your brother and his friend?
Brother and his boy, yeah.
Say if your friends from all over the country turned up there, someone would have got butchered.
That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro.
If those people...
On misinformation.
Yeah, on misinformation. So if someone got attacked on both parties and was harmed significantly, they have mums and dads, they have wives, they have children's. Who bears that blame now?
And who's got the time for this, number one? And is there not bigger and better things to do in life than this stupid stuff, bro? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Again, like I said, I kept it very brief for you. I didn't want to give you too much information.
Yeah, sad,
but it's just major disrespect. This is an individual, bro, whose mother has been ill for as long as I've known him. Yeah. Poor lady, may Allah give her shifa.
Amen.
She's been ill for as long. So when you're the son of someone who's going through illness, how do you then turn up to someone else's parents' house or send people to someone else's parents' house?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that is what it is. The point I'm trying to make is, bro, where did this all stem from? It all stemmed from the wrongdoing of the mother of my child. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So you got one person, like I said at the beginning, one person who does wrong or is selfish in whatever way, spreads whatever filth and whatever misinformation she wants to, she might tell her sister will tell her husband, suddenly everyone becomes a hero. Everyone wants to become Shah Rukh Khan. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or Amitabh Bachchan, and come do fly kicks and whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? What has it achieved? It achieves nothing. So relationships break down in every capacity, bro, in every format. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say to you. People need to chill out and understand. We spoke about the weaponization of children. One wrong will cause so many breakdowns in relationship. Like I said, I had no issue with this guy before. We had no issue with each other. Based on misinformation, he's now dishonored himself. Bro, he's dishonored himself. How do you live with that? If I'd done that, bro, I wouldn't be able to live with it. That's
he needs to ask for forgiveness, I think.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
he needs to ask for forgiveness, yeah.
So yeah, man. So this is what happens, like I said, when one wrong happens, so many situations take place and things could escalate and go completely out of hand. Yeah. Like how many times have we read in the newspaper? Yeah. Some guy, he's gone to the high street and he stabbed up his ex-wife 57 times. We see in the newspaper and we think, oh, this guy's a scumbag. Fine, he is a scumbag. What he's done was completely wrong and we don't condone stuff like that.
No.
But what has to happen to take that person's mind to that level of insanity? This is sometimes what we fail to sort of touch upon, right? What has happened to him? What has pushed him to go and commit this crazy atrocity? You know what I'm saying? Or you hear about some, ex-wife who's been acid burnt, for example. Again, that's horrific. But clearly something's triggered him to go and do that. You see what I mean? So this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, yeah, all of this stuff we've spoken about, women that go and do these sort of things, what do you achieve from it? Other than destruction in every capacity. I'm not even touching on akhirah, afterlife. I'm talking from a dunya sense. What do you achieve from it?
My concern and my question, I think my audience would want to know this, is the whys. The outcomes are easy. They're measurable. This person does X, Y, and Z. Why do they do it? Now, you've bravely shared your story and you've gone through a lot of hardship within that process. If you were to advise the audience, and what I mean by audience, the women and the men, let's start with the women. Why is it, do you think, and I want you to be objective and impartial, why do you think they do it? Because if you start on the whys and the whats, then we can prevent.
Bro, I think the why, it comes down to sheer, number one, ignorance of the deen, yeah? lack of iman, is just pure revenge and vindictiveness. Yeah.
But I asked you umpteen times in the first and second episode, what is it that you did that was so malign, so malicious to your ex-partner?
Bro, we had our ups and downs, but I don't believe I've done anything majorly wrong that warrants all
So
of this.
you didn't, there was no cheating involved?
There's no cheating, there's no domestic violence. I don't know, you want to list anything else? What else is there that someone could possibly do?
I don't know, did you marry someone else while you were with her?
No, none of that stuff. See what I'm trying to say? So I'll tell you what it is, bro. Specific to our community, yeah?
Yeah.
What happens is this is just my opinion. When there's a breakdown in a relationship, yeah, especially like with all the sort of stigmas and taboos in our sort of society, a woman looks at the situation and thinks, you've left me, okay? You've left me. You've dishonored me. You've hurt me and my family emotionally or whatever it may be. So I'm now going to come to burn you. I'm now going to come to burn your life to the ground. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
So that's the why you're saying?
That is the why, bro. Because look, someone like me, for example, bro, I grew up in the blocks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a rich guy. What can you take from me? You can't take money from me. I ain't got no money for you to take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to come physically assault me.
Yeah.
You can talk all the rubbish that you want in community, bro. I'm a thick-skinned person. I don't really care. You might say one thing, I'll say 10 things back. So what is the one thing I can harm you with? It's your child. That's the only thing I've got to harm you with, which happens to be the most important thing in your life.
In defense to your statement here, and I get your statement, if that was the case, and this isn't the case, if that was the case, everyone that's separated, and there are a lot of people separate, whether it's through divorce, whatever it may be, then that would have been the story every single time. It's not the story every single time.
No, it's not going to be story every single time, because the differentiation between those that do it and don't do it is the family background. Yeah,
Okay.
the daughter of a good man, who's raised his family with good education and good tarbiyah. Yeah, I can't imagine my sister ever doing something like that. Bro, my sister would have big problems at home before she even thinks about doing something like that. Yeah, so it comes down to the tarbiyah of the family. In our communities, unfortunately, what happens is we have these coward men, yeah, who want to talk about Bangladeshi politics and chew on their pan and gua and whatever, and they may pray 5 times a day, but they're not giving the tarbiyah to the children. They're not educating the children. And when the wrong things happen, they don't want to hold them to account, right? Blood before everything else, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So this is all these women that do this, it's a reflection of their cowardly fathers, cowardly parents. Yeah, where you have a case where a father's come out and said, you know what, what my daughter's done or is doing is wrong. Fair play to the man. At least he's spoken up, because there's no guarantee what your children are going to turn out like, bro.
And you can't control them after a
You
certain
can't.
age. Yeah.
Look at the son of Nuh alayhi salam. Yeah, his own son didn't listen to him. Yeah, so there's no guarantee. But the point is, you should do your part as a parent and educate your children and teach your children to be raised in a respectable, proper, honorable manner, right? And if and when things go wrong, then you need to establish justice, whether it's for your family or against your family. And this is what people in our communities, unfortunately, are failing to do. Yeah, and like I think I touched upon it in the last episode, too many households now are being run by the mothers. The father's kind of like backseat guy. You can't be a backseat guy. You're a man. You're a Muslim man. You can't be a backseat guy, bro. You can't drive the car sitting in the backseat. It doesn't work like that. You see what I'm trying to say? But look, what I want to say is, look, off the back of this, like, women that do this, what do you achieve from it? We've established that you harm the children massively, yeah? Obviously, as being Muslims, you incriminate yourself in front of Allah in Yawm al-Qiyamah, yeah, in the akhirah, in the afterlife. But even from a dunya, worldly perspective, bro, yeah? If I've stolen from you, yeah, someone else is going to be weary about going into business with me. That's standard, right? So you as a woman, because of your vindictiveness and your whatever, you've gone and tried to burn this man to the ground using his children, weaponizing his children. You've now left that man, okay? You're now obviously naturally going to seek to get married again, right? What sane man, what logical man is going to take you on as his wife, knowing that you've done that to someone else? Yeah, you can cry and hide it and, victimize yourself, but the truth always comes out. There are a lot of sisters out there that have and continue to be harmed by nasty men, and their marriages break down, and I pray that Allah gives good to those sisters.
Ameen.
Yeah, Ameen.
Ameen.
But at the same time, in the same breath, there are a lot of women who do this sort of crazy stuff, weaponizing of children and causing problems and breakdown in relationship. What sane man's going to take you on? Yeah? You'll find someone, he'll take you on. Do you think that man is going to have the same level of respect for you as you would for a woman who doesn't do things like this?
The trajectory is, and I haven't got the statistics to hand, a divorced woman that marries, usually the marriage doesn't last for longer than a year, and then they marry again, and, and it becomes...
Yeah, bro, they carry trauma, they carry baggage, If you got children, again, no disrespect to any sister out there, like I said, any sister who's in that situation, because obviously she was with a not so nice guy.
Oppressed,
any sister that's been oppressed and, they're now divorced, I pray that Allah grants them good moving forward in life.
Amen.
But women who do this sort of stuff, like you said, they're going to aim to get remarried. That guy's going to see their true colors after a short while. That's going to break down. By the time you know it, you're married 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times. Yeah. Bro, you end up becoming a bloody Boris bike. Yeah. You end up becoming the village bicycle with all due respect. You see what I'm trying to say?
I don't appreciate that term.
No, bro, but it's reality though. And within Muslims, within the practicing community especially, they try to justify this, but it's halal to get married 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. If that's you, then that's you. Is that the life you want to lead? That's not a good life.
Psychologically, it's entirely...
Psychologically, it's not a good life. And do you honestly think that you can go get married again after doing this sort of stuff and some guy's going to come into your life and treat your kid with all this love and care and whatnot? No one can replace the actual father. No one can replace the actual father.
That's
so
true.
People need to understand these things. These women need to understand that I'm only harming myself in every capacity, in every way. Yeah. You sat there and thought, oh yeah, I'm going to leave this man. I'm going to oppress this man. And I've got my brothers and I've got my father. Guess what? Your little kid who's a cute little 2-year-old, 3-year-old, they're going to become 8, 9, 10. Okay. Guess what? They're going to have smelly breath. They're not that cute little 3-year-old, 4-year-old anymore. So your child, when there's other children coming into the family now, it's going to fall down the pecking order, right? And all those people that you relied upon, they're no longer going to be there for you.
Very true.
Your father's going to get on with his life. Mother's going to do the same. Your brothers and sisters are going to do the same. And you're going to be that poor sod sitting at home, completely trashed your life based on the information and the consultancy provided by your family. And those same family members are going to get on with their life and you're going to be sitting there all by yourself.
Beautifully said. I'm just going to look to the camera.
That's
just to summarise. I think the brother articulated that beautifully. You're very good at storytelling. So I'm going to come back to this, brother. If you're going through hardship with your husband or your spouse, take the dutiful, honourable action. But there are ramifications, and you just listed them, and I'll just quickly summarise it. Yes, you've got your family supports, and they are there to support you. But eventually, if the child is fatherless or you deny access to the father, your brothers will move on, your father will move on. And you're right, and he used a beautiful analogy there. The 3-4-year-old is not going to say 3-4. Get to 10 years old and you use the smelly breath. It's true, but the smelly breath does matter here because there's going to be other babies in the family, and ultimately you look after your own. Yes, I'll do my utmost for my nephew, but really, true love is given by the parents. So we're not saying run away, stay in a very toxic, oppressive marriage. Just always act in accordance to honour and dignity.
Be honourable.
Be honourable. You've spoken extensively about what women do. Some women do, because there's other women that are honourable because they've been brought up right. What about men? Because it's all good, like I said, talking about the flaws of women. What about the men that push these women to... Now, you were unfortunately a victim, not of your own doing, but I haven't heard the other side of the story, but this woman has got her issues. What about men that do push women to the cusp of playing dirty? Because women, I'm a man, right? So I endeavour to understand women. Women are very resilient human beings, and they will turn the other cheek time and time again until they've had enough, right? And then the man starts crying wolf, oh, she's done this to me and she's done that to me, and until the fat lady comes home. So what is it that these men do that aggravate women and push them not to these extremes, but I've heard cases that, the man and the woman are separated, and the woman has a child, and his cowardly father doesn't have nothing to do with his children, and he goes and gets married and all that, and the woman is struggling, and they're in a position where men, unfortunately in our society, they look at married and divorced women as, I don't agree with this at all, second-hand goods. So a good woman that's had an oppressive husband and now is not languished, but it's just them and their children, and the man's nowhere to be seen. He's married another tart, excuse my language. What about those women? Because those women are not at fault. They're all equally victims. They've been pushed to the end of what they can take. So what would you advise men?
Bro, men that you've mentioned like that,
Yeah, and there are many of them.
bro, I know a lot of them.
Yeah.
They are, to put it simply, they are the scumbags of society. Yeah, I personally know a scumbag who's got, I think, that I know of, 7 children by I think 3 or 4 different women. Doesn't provide a penny for any of them, but he's living lavish.
Is he Muslim?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
So I'm saying, so there are plenty of scumbags out there. Some men are scumbag to degrees that you and I can't even imagine. We can't fathom it because we don't. I would like to think we don't fall into that category.
Alhamdulillah.
And
Yeah.
sisters and women that unfortunately have been oppressed by these men, and they're now, single mothers and whatnot. Look, I would say to them, have patience and have sabr. This is a test that Allah has put upon you. And the point I'm trying to make is, kind of about everything we've talked about, is these sisters, I'll say, look, just act honorably. This is my point. Just because someone else has done the wrong doesn't mean you do wrong back, because then you stoop down to their level. Do you see what I mean? You stoop down to their level.
But I am of, and I'm going to side with the sisters here. When the sister done you grave harm, and you've still been a man about it, and you're still here, alhamdulillah. You seem like you've got your stuff together, right? And I'm not saying I'm not making an excuse for it. But when a man does, because ultimately we're the stronger being, right? We're physically stronger, and we're men.
Okay.
We're hunter-gatherers, right? When a man stoops to disgusting levels and harms sisters like that,
Yep.
yeah, no one in society, I don't care what color you are, from what culture you are, will condone it. So my question to you is this: you've given me a dissection of some women that have got psychological issues. You've made a causal link between them and their family and their upbringing.
This is the key point, bro.
Yeah.
It's their family, and like I said, they don't understand this.
Okay.
There's a lot of women that do these nasty things.
Yeah.
Time goes by. For example, I've moved on with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mother of my child is kind of neither here nor there, still doing whatever she's doing.
Sure.
And a lot of these women, what happens to them is they become ATM deposits for their father. Yeah. A maid for their mother. It's not a nice life, right? Then you're what? Going to visit because you've got nothing left in life. You're going to visit your sister or your cousin and da. Oh, can we meet up this weekend? Yeah. You're going and pleading with these people, and you want to spend time with them. Yeah, the very people who caused destruction in your life in the first place.
But ultimately, they need to take responsibility, because ultimately it was them that made the decision.
100%.
Quickly, we're running out of time.
Yep.
Those men, so you made a causal link between these dysfunctional women and the upbringing that they have got,
Yep.
more so the accountability of men within their life.
Yep.
What about those men that are dysfunctional and do heinous things to women? What's their upbringing or background? What makes them do what they do?
Same thing. The scumbags, bro. They haven't been brought up right.
So you
They're
still blame
scumbags.
the family.
I think all of this, look, we're all products of our environment and our upbringings. Yeah? There's certain things as a man that you will never ever do because your father has brought you up right. Okay?
Or your mother more.
Or your mother, right?
Yeah.
So again, this goes hand in hand with what you're saying. If all of these, like we've got so many women now on social media that want to glamorize this single motherhood. Yeah, look at me. Yeah, I'm here doing this, and I've all about my soul and blah blah blah. Bro, it's not cool.
I've heard about divorce parties.
Yeah, divorce parties. It's not cool. I found myself. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's not cool to be in that position. It's not nice to be in
it's
that
not.
position.
No, it's
so
just
don't
like-
glamorize it.
Yeah.
Yeah? The problem we have is you've got these people glamorizing it, and then on top of that, and I'm just gonna say it straight up as it is, bro.
Sure.
You look at the dawah scene. Look at the dawah scene. Yeah, we've fallen so far away from what is the purpose of our life. What is the purpose of our life? What is the purpose of our creation? We need to remember that. What is the purpose of marriage? We look at the dawah scene and we go, all of these so-called da'is and whatever, all they want to do is bash men. Yeah, and they want to pander towards the women, right? That's not conducive for society. It's not helping the women. It's harming them.
It's harming them, yeah.
all falls under the banner of feminism, bro. A lot of our sisters, they're feminists without even realizing it. Yeah, our women need to be looked after, cared for, loved. Yeah, this is that, and that's our honored,
yeah.
and that's our responsibility as men.
Absolutely.
But what sisters need to wake up and understand and realize is, in society, the system, even the sort of modern day dawah scene, everything is all there to sort of push you into the wrong direction in life, and in the end, you have nothing left.
So why do these dais, presuming men, why do they do it? Is it business for them?
It's business, bro. Views, clicks. I don't want to drop any names,
No,
but
don't. Please don't,
we all know these people.
I have someone in my head.
When was the last time you heard these big guys stand up and talk about the sanctity of marriage and the responsibility and the duties of a woman in marriage? Yeah, it's always bashing the men, bashing the men, bashing the men. They're so scared to risk their platform, yeah, because obviously the feminist world is going to jump on their backs, yeah. So it's a concoction of so many different problems. You see what I mean?
Yes.
That's what it comes down to.
Any final words for both brothers and sisters that are married, that may be going through some hard times? Just real, like, you know,
Have patience, and don't forget your purpose, right? Focus on your purpose and work towards your purpose.
and don't
right?
harm your children.
Don't harm your children,
Yeah.
right? How much longer have we got left?
Go on, we've got
Yeah,
a couple of minutes.
Just a couple of minutes, really quickly. I want to just address the point, because, like I said, over the last few days, I've got so many calls from men calling me and saying, "Look, this happened, that happened, blah 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 blah." I just want to say to men that are going through these situations, and again, this is not against all women, as we've clearly highlighted.
Sure.
This is against the women who go and do these nasty things. Those men at the receiving end of it, my advice to you is very simple: be a man. Okay, I will always promote reconciliation for the sake of your children above all else in most cases. But where you know it's done, if you got a woman who's calling feds on you, bro, it's a wrap, bro. It's done. Know when to end it. Yeah. If you got a nasty woman in your life, do not be afraid to move on. Okay. Do not be afraid to move on. Go get an upgrade, bro. Yeah. You've been running on Windows 95. Go get yourself, I don't know, flipping MacBook Pro. Life's better when you got someone better, bro. Yeah, go get an upgrade and crack on with your life. Don't sit there and mope around. Yeah, be honorable. Also, men, I'm telling you, men, be honorable in your conduct, no doubt, but move on with your life. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've met so many men. Yeah, I've spoken to so many men who have actually moved on. Yeah, they're happy. If you're gonna sit there and mope around, it's not gonna get you anywhere. I know one idiot. Yeah, he tried topping himself on bloody paracetamol because his wife left him.
What?
Bro, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you,
Sorry,
bro?
I don't know why I'm laughing.
What's wrong with you? See what I'm saying? So these men, listen, pick yourself up. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. I've been through it. A lot of people are going through it. Yeah. Get up and crack on and get on with it. See what I'm saying?
Thank you very much, brother. So the most profound thing he said is disregard the Windows 95 and the MacBook Pro, but life's better when you're with someone better. And I think the current person you're with is better as well. So if you're in a marriage, or if you're going for an acrimonious divorce and the child are the pawns or the gold here, please, for the sake of the kids, they're our next generations, the generations to come, and they'll eventually have kids. Do not, and again, I don't really reduce to expletives, do not F them up, please, because this is our society, and whether you're poor or you're rich, every human being contributes something to society, whether it's good or bad. We're going to conclude with this episode here on weaponizing children. Inshallah, everyone that's watching has taken goodness out of it and forgiven us for any of our shortcomings. This brother has bravely shared his story to educate and to empower and to inform. So if any sisters are turning the screw, or have got a knife in someone's stomach and they're turning it, it's not too late to pull it back out and be amicable. Because I'm telling you, if a father, all the father wants to do, I've spoken to numerous people since releasing the first episode up until now, and all they want is to just see their kids. They're not bad people. You're taking them to the cleaners financially because of the legal system. You're causing them immense mental stress. Not only causing them immense mental stress, they've also got a mother and father, an uncle and an auntie who are also grieving. So please, for the sake of the child and for our community and society, where possible, be nice. In instances where men are being oppressive, then, you know, we've got the law in this country, you know, take them to the cleaners.
100%.
But most of these men have not grabbed you by the throat, have not cheated on you. If anything, women and men, they always argue. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Do not punish the children. You have to move in your life. That person has to move on with their life. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Our next topic is going to be on, well, I'm not going to disclose it, but it's very, very juicy. It's very interesting. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.